This video is sponsored by OneFootball. OneFootball's app makes it easy to keep up to date with transfer news, scores and stats all in the one place. To download the OneFootball app, click the link in the description. The app is free. Welcome to Toffee TV. It is the Everton News Daily. Everton are still getting plaudits for their 2-0 victory at West Ham United on Saturday. Marco Silva's men produced a comprehensive performance, and I suppose the only disappointing thing about it was that it wasn't by more goals. It could have easily been 4 or 5. Jack Wilkinson, who is a Sky Sports pundit apparently, or writer, journalist, said that it was one of the best performances he's seen from an away side in London this season. He said Marco Silva's men were classy, and he tipped Everton to finish 7th in the race for that Europa League or possible Europa League spot. And that's on the back of a lot of other people who've been speaking about how positive it was. It's nice to hear some positivity coming out of mainstream media regarding Everton, because too often they jump on the back of us and you know, and to be fair, a lot of the time it's been justified, but it is nice to hear some positive things. On the back of that, Bernard was speaking after he scored his first goal in the Premier League, and he said that it's only natural that more goals will flow from him now. He said it's give me a calmness and, you know, showed that I can do it in the Premier League. He said he felt as though Saturday's performance was his most complete performance for Everton this season. And I guess that goes for the whole team as well. It was probably the most complete 90 minutes that Marco Silva's men have put together this season. And Bernard was exceptional in that game, and just showing everything that he's got: ability, pace, great first touch, and now that he's got a goal, that's the only thing you can really be critical of him, I think, this season, is that he's not scored the goals he should have done. You know, we need him to weigh in with more goals, but hopefully Saturday will make him get into those areas where he was at the weekend, you know, and get on the end of things, because if he can add the goals, you got Richarlison on the other side and Gylfi Sigurdsson scoring goals, you know, that's going to help us. We need goals from every area of the pitch. But he capped a fantastic display at the weekend with his first goal in the Premier League. One of the most interesting stories that is in the news today is being reported in the Express, the Mirror and the Daily Mail, and that is that Tottenham and Arsenal are going head to head in a £50 million battle for Michael Keane. Apparently Mauricio Pochettino has targeted Keane at the summer. I think he's been very good for Everton this season. He's improved every week. He was excellent at the weekend. He's back in the England squad, but I don't think there's any chance Everton would sell him anyway in the summer. And I'm not sure that is actually a real thing, although quite a few news outlets reporting it. It might just be an April the 1st thing, but I mean, there seem to be some elements of seriousness behind it. But I suppose he's an England centre-back, and, you know, yeah, 50 million is the going rate nowadays, isn't it? Young Everton winger Daniel Bramall, who is out of contract with the club in the summer, is having a trial at Sheffield Wednesday. He's actually playing in their under-23s tonight. The 20-year-old man has been in and out of David Andre's 23 side, and it looks as though he's, you know, trying to get himself a club for next season. And Sheffield Wednesday would be a good move. But, you know, let's see what happens. Let's see what happens there. I was reading before about Mason Holgate. West Bromwich Albion had tweeted again how good Holgate's performance was at the weekend. In Friday night 3-2 win over Birmingham. You know, they saying this fella was excellent again. And then reading all the West Brom tweets after it from their fans are just like, let's enjoy him while he can. He's absolutely class. Please sign him permanently. He's my favourite player. He's this, he's that. And, you know, it's really good, obviously, for Mason, but I think it's good for Evertonians as well, because he's gone in and played at right back there and has done ever so well. And I think we need someone who can really put Seamus on his toes. I know there's lots of rumours going around that Everton will chase a right back this summer, but could Mason be the one that saves us some money? You know, let's hope that is the case. 2 more stories before we finish. Leeds are chasing Yannick Bolasie, apparently. They believe that if they get into the Premier League, they can convince Bolasie to join them. He's doing very, very well, obviously on loan in Anderlecht. They want to keep him, but wages and everything, I wouldn't imagine they'd have an opportunity. But I suppose if Leeds get into the Premier League, then they can pay Premier League wages, and Bolasie wants to probably have another go in the Premier League. He's 29, hasn't really worked out for him at Everton after the injury, so it's one that you potentially could see happening. And finally, this one is a bit of a mad one. Jordan Pickford has apparently been investigated by the club, by Everton after a fracas in Sunday's Czech Trade Trophy final defeat for Sunderland by Portsmouth, and they lost 5-4, was it, on penalties, something like that. And apparently Jordan's been involved in a fracas, so we'll have to wait and see what comes of that. It'll be frustrating if anything comes of this, because after his his antics the other week at the the 3-2 defeat against Newcastle, and then going, fair enough, he's gone to watch Sunderland at Wembley. He's a Sunderland fan. I remember Jordan Henderson going there to watch Sunderland a few years ago. I think he's got to remember, that he's an Everton player at the minute, and keep a little bit of that professionalism about him. I'm saying this without knowing too much about this story. Obviously, here it is, Ped's just passing me it now. Everton statement: the club has been made aware of an alleged incident involving one of our players, and we are looking into the matter. So quite clearly Everton are having to do a bit of an investigation in it. I just don't think Jordan needs it. He needs to just take a low profile at the moment and just get his head down. And he's England's #1 goalkeeper as well, and it'd be stupid to start letting things get the better of him. So hopefully Everton look at it, nothing comes of it, and he moves on with it. That is it for the News Daily today. If you haven't subbed, please do so. It takes a sec. You want more videos, get over to Patreon. Otherwise, enjoy the rest of your night.